The journey home, scene one, shot one, take one.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jazz and I am a carer for a dementia and stroke patient.
Who were you a carer for?
My mother-in-law.
Oh, your mother-in-law's a stroke patient?
Yes, Mum had her first stroke 18 years ago. It was Sunday. We'd had prayers set up for my son's birthday and it was the last day. We were preparing to go for the big celebration when she was ironing clothes and she just asked for some water. I was combing my son's hair, rushed to her, and she was falling towards the door.
Were you forced to look after your mother-in-law?
17 years ago? No. Today may be different.
सिर्फ अंदर बढ़ना मेरी गाल सुनो मम मेरी गाल सुनो Mum was very hard to get into the car today, very difficult. You need two people, usually two strong lads, yeah? Before she would stand up and she'd get into the car, but not anymore. Now we have to lift her legs, pull her legs into the car, and then before we didn't have a banana board, but now we do. We slide the banana board to bridge the access, so even if she's about to fall, the board will take the weight. And then just slide her into the car. Banana board.
How has the burden of carrying the responsibilities affected you mentally?
17 years ago it affected me a lot in the sense that I'd lost my father a week after she'd had her stroke. 3 weeks after that I found out I was pregnant with my third daughter. At that time it was too much, but I carried on because I couldn't cry. Dad passed away and they said if I told Mom about it, we didn't know how it would affect her, whether she'd go from bad to worse or it wouldn't affect her at all, so we kept it a secret. So I literally never mourned for my father, but it has piled on. I felt as though if I continue looking after her, she will walk, and for that reason I never backed out, left work and continued looking after her. I became stronger once she started looking after herself, but recently it's gone downhill.
Why do you still think that you have to keep that responsibility?
I don't know, it's probably because it was bred into me before marriage that you've got to make your marriage work, and since I didn't get along with my husband in the beginning, I thought maybe this would be the link. If I looked after his mum, we'd get along.
What has your relationship been like with your mother-in-law throughout your marriage?
It was very rocky in the beginning. She didn't really like me. Practically I didn't fit into her family. Now, very different, very, very different from what it was.
Cross onto the toilet, and then she'll wake up because the toilet is cold, and then just tell her, okay, every time she stands up, even a little bit, pull the trousers down. Try that when he comes back, yeah? Did she eat? Alright then, I'll see you home in a little while. I'll go and see her. I'll go and see her on my way back. About an hour and a half. You're still there? Alright then, I'll see you then.
7 years after Mum's stroke, I managed to start looking for work again. I was in systems analysis and design. I had to leave work to look after her, but I couldn't go back into the same job. So no one would give me a job, considering that I'm a software programmer, so you have to keep up with it. So I washed dishes at the primary school near home for 7 years.
Okay. She's trying to ask, she thinks she's in a shop in India and she's asking you to sell her clothes. Yeah, show me the suits. Open the suits and show them to me.
Dad passed away. So since Dad, Mum and Danny, my sister-in-law, lived together in Bradford, and we had moved out to Pudsey after he passed away, since he was the only sane person in the house, it was impossible for me to continue working. I had to go back and start looking after them again. Initially, when Dad passed away, she took it quite well. She was very strong for everyone. She didn't even cry that much. Even during our 13 days of mourning, she didn't cry that much. But over time, it has affected her drastically. Her dementia has declined twice. She's had another stroke in between. And I think she just never forgets him, because she's always talking about him. In like Punjabi, we say tere daddy, because they don't take names. So they usually say your father, and she'll always refer to him as, where is he? Where is he? Why is he not come? He's having a good time and he's left me. So yeah, it's affected her a lot. I am Sikh, and in Sikhism we are taught to be selfless. But there comes a point where it's asking for too much. There should be a limit where you can say, that's it, I can't do any more. Hiring a carer would have been an easier option if we had the finances for it. We did have carers come home, then we made them come twice a day. But they just come and do their job in 5-10 minutes and they're gone. The rest of the day you're there, you're listening to the endless turntable of conversations that never seem to end. You're the one taking her toilet 10 times a day, and then you're juggling between cooking food and feeding her and toilet and cleaning and washing and ironing. Carers are not there for that time.
Juice peanut?
How do you see dementia and its effects onto a family?
It is the worst nightmare you can ever have. It not only affects the person who's got dementia, it actually kills the entire family.
Can you give me a tissue?